So Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. I welcome all of you to His Holiness Candramauli Swami daily class. And today I'm having this great opportunity and fortune to discuss about glories of holy name and how to really improve our quality of chanting. This is one of the common struggle which most of us are going through. So I thought, especially last week, when Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Disappearance Day was there, I really thought that chanting is one of the most important thing for all of us. So I thought let's discuss about this topic. So Om Agyan Timrindasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guru Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Candramauli Swami Iti Namane. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschadeshatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shivadeta Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So with all of your blessings, I really would like to discuss on this very important topic. I am not really qualified in one way. This is very pure auspicious topic, but I thought this is one way to improve my quality of chanting. So I have to do some research, some understanding of this topic, and hence this particular topic of. So I will share my screen. But I would also request all the devotees, please make this session more interactive. Yeah, this is. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Okay, so first thing, like when we discuss about how to really focus and improve chanting, the most important thing is understanding why, what we are really chanting, what is this all about, and why this is important. Yes, everybody agree? So if I say that somebody, like let's say one guest is coming in our home, but if we don't know who is that guest and what is the value, then we will not pay much attention to that. But if we say the queen or king or prime minister or president is coming to our home, how we will be really excited. Yes, we'll be trying to do our best to give best treatment to them, whatever best welcome we can do from our end. And we would like to make that interaction very successful, at least from our end. Correct? Is that correct?
Yeah.
But can we do the same thing for somebody we don't understand, just like maybe we are meeting first time, maybe we, as a guest we are treating, but the interaction will not be that great. So it's important that if we say that chanting or holy name is very important, very critical, we need to understand the value. If we need to really get the taste of that, we need to attract ourselves to that holy name. What is this holy name? Why this is so glorious? Yeah, so I will take just first few minutes on glory of this name. And also it's mentioned that Rupa Goswami mentioned that in 64 limbs, there are 64 limbs of bhakti, correct? And out of 64 limbs, Prahlad Maharaj emphasized on 9 Navda Bhakti, correct? And everybody knows that, yeah? Shavnam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smarnam, Padasevnam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, At, Nivedanam. So these are the 9 process of bhakti out of 64, 9 key focus area. Out of 9, again, 5 were emphasized. Yeah. What are those 5? Anybody would like to emphasize, please? the five
Chanting the
angas.
holy name, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, associating with devotees, residing in a holy place, and worship of the deity form of Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
these are the five things mentioned as like one of the most critical things which everybody should do and everybody should focus, at least, if not all 9. And out of 9, out of this 5, I remember Guru Maharaj emphasizing very much on one thing, that if we are not able to do one thing, but if you are doing all 9 or all other 4 things, sorry, all other 8 things and all other 4 things, that process, that bhakti will not be successful. And that most critical thing is chanting. Yeah. And Guru Maharaj mentioned, in fact, like last few days before, that even if we are doing other 8 processes of bhakti or other 4 processes of bhakti, we should continuously use our tongue in chanting, even in our mind. But chanting is very critical. All our Acharya has mentioned this, all our, like Prabhupada has mentioned, our Guru Maharaj has mentioned. So this is definitely one of the most critical thing for all of us. So in Padma Purana, everybody might have understood this and have already heard about this particular verse. Nam Chinta Manhi Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Bhinnatvan Nama Naminaha. Anybody would like to read? If please, because I would like to make it a bit interactive. If anybody would like to volunteer to read this, please.
I read.
Yes,
Thank you, Prabhu.
okay.
Yes, over to you, Prabhu.
Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Vinatva Nama Namino. Translation. The holy name of Krishna is transcendently blissful. It bestows all spiritual benedictions, for it is Krishna himself, the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna's name is complete, and it is form of all transcendental mellows. It is not a material name under any condition, and it is no less powerful than Krishna himself. Since Krishna's name is not contaminated by the material qualities, there is no question of it being involved with Maya. Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual. It is never conditioned by the laws of material nature. This is because the name of Krishna and Krishna himself are identical.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhu. So this is the glory of this holy name. Yeah. The most important thing in this is that this is not contaminated by any material qualities. So in the current world, if we say that we cannot see Krishna, how we can have association of Krishna? Because we are living in a very contaminated Maya world, a material world. But if we take association of this holy name, which is not contaminated by material qualities, any material tinge of this is very pure. Yeah. So we can be in association with Krishna. And it's saying this is because the name of Krishna and this holy name, holy name of Krishna and Krishna himself are identical. There is no difference. So yes, if we cannot have association of Krishna, we should at least feel a good association of this holy name every time, 24/7. So that's the importance of this holy name. There are so many other verses in scriptures, whether we talk about Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is full of glory of holy name, Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many places, Chaitanya Bhagavatam, every place, so many verses on glory of holy name. We take hundreds of sessions just on glory of holy name, then also it will not be sufficient what's mentioned in the scriptures on the glories. But another one, this is from Adi Leela 7.74, saying Nama Vinu Kali Kale Nahi Ara Dharma Sarva Mantra Sara Nam E Shastra Marma. So many people we interact, yeah, they say that, Prabhu, I'm not able to focus on chanting, but I'm involved in so many other good things. I'm doing some religious activity. I'm maybe doing some service. I'm donating to some hospitals, some old age home. I'm doing all, like, so many arguments on I'm doing something good. Yeah, but that's good as per their definition. But what's mentioned in the scripture, yeah, that the essence of all scripture is holy name. Yeah, if I'm somebody saying that I'm just reading, but I'm not able to chant, then there is no value. The whole purpose of all activity is that how we develop prema to Krishna, and that Krishna prem can only be developed if we do our chanting nicely. Yeah, attentive chanting, sincere chanting, focused chanting. And that's the whole purpose of all the scriptures, and also for all religious activities. Whatever religious activity, whatever good philanthropist activity we talk about, but if we are not chanting, then all those activities are incomplete, and they will not take us to our real objective, which is Krishna Prem. Anybody would like to add anything here? Okay. And also it's mentioned, which is a very, very common verse, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam eva kevalam, kalau nasti eva, nasti eva, nasti eva gatir anyatha. There is no any other process, no any other process. The only process is holy name. And it's mentioned that in scripture, normally they don't write anything twice. If they write anything twice, there's a huge value. Yeah. Like in the verse when we say Pushpam Phalam, yeah, Yo me bhaktya, that verse, there bhakti is mentioned 2 times, and it's Prabhupada has mentioned in that purport that it's especially in the one of the lecture that bhakti is mentioned here 2 times. It's very important. Whatever you offer to Krishna, but if it's not with love and bhakti, then it's incomplete. Same way here in this verse where we say Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Harer Nam eva kevalam. 3 times Hare holy name is mentioned. Yeah. So we can understand it's like the most critical things which our scriptures wanted to highlight, that holy name is the most important thing. Although this also reminds me one on a lighter note. I remember one of the Maharaj mentioned this particular verse, and he was saying one devotee came to Bhaktivedanta Manor, and he was looking for all this, and then he saw this particular verse, yeah, and he said, "Who is this Eva?" And then devotee thought, "Who is this Eva? What is this Eva? Why he's talking about Eva?" He said, "He's saying Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva. I really want to see who is this Nasti Eva." So that takes me that how people perceive every single thing, yeah, based on their conditioning and based on their thought process. Anyway, sorry to digress from that point, but point is that holy name is very, very critical. We need to understand that this is very, very important thing for our life. Yes. Any devotee feels here that more than holy name, something else is better? In their view, based on their experience, that they feel more taste in something rather than holy name. Maybe somebody is feeling more taste in serving devotees. That's also important. So anything is possible.
Prashadam, Prabhu, Prashadam. Joking.
Yes, yes. That's the bullet as per Prabhupada, yes. Rasgulla and Gulab Jamun, yes. That attracted so many devotees in ISKCON. So that's very good. Thank you, Prabhu. So the transcendental effects of the holy name, like once we understand again that why this, what is the value, what are the benefits of this holy name, we get more and more attracted to that holy name. Somebody has written something. Okay. So what is the transcendental effects of holy name before I jump on this? What devotee feels? What are the really impact of these holy names? What it does?
It clears the heart. All
It
our
clears the heart. Yes. Any other?
For me, it keeps me a little bit grounded.
Yes. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Okay. So these transcendental effects of holy name, I have taken partly from Sri Namamrita also, very important. And in case if devotees have not read these three, I would say, books or literature or the important um, books on glories of holy name, I would humbly request every devotee, please read at least one paragraph before you chant holy name. It will improve your chanting a lot. And one is this Sri Namamrita, very book. It's like 600 page. You can find this in PDF. I can show you also. I've got that copy. And on chanting Hare Krishna by Prabhupada. Prabhupada emphasized on that. And of course, Nectarian Ocean of Holy Name by His Holiness Sachidanand Swami. These three are really, really nectar if we need to develop our taste for chanting. So it's mentioned in that Sri Namamrita that first impact it does, it destroy our enemy. Yes? So how many of you feel like, please unmute. I would request everybody, like in normally we say, please switch on your video. I will also request you, please unmute yourself if possible. If you are not in a very noisy background. So then you don't need to think that, okay, I have not unmuted here, because I will be requesting everybody to speak on something, please, if possible. So many of us, I remember first time in one of the class in temple, when one Maharaj mentioned on something that it will destroy your enemy. I was so happy. It was in my very, very initial days of when I just came to Krishna consciousness 15 years back. And I felt, oh, it will destroy my enemy. Wow, tomorrow I will have very nice office life. Okay. And then he said, who is your enemy? I said, it's a long list. But I would like to ask devotee here, who is your big enemy, please?
Uncontrolled mind and senses.
Jai.
Okay.
Very nice, Mataji. Anybody has got any?
Ego, Prabhuji, ego.
Okay, good. Any other?
My doubts.
Yes, good. Any other from anybody?
And as in Bhagavad Gita, it says lust is the biggest enemy for all of us, Prabhuji.
Very important, yes. I think all answers are right and all leading to in one direction, that as Sridevi Mataji said, that the six senses, uncontrolled six senses, are our biggest enemy. And of course, among those, lust is the very, very powerful enemy. And also we can say one of the biggest enemy is our mind. Yeah, because that's not in our control. If mind is in our control, then everything is right, correct? Thank you, Sridevi Mataji, for writing these three books, yes. Because I feel that if lust is controlled, then we get what it leads to. If lust is controlled, then we, like, if we are desiring something, lust I mean to say, if we are desiring something and if we get that particular thing, what it leads to?
More desire, more
Jai.
wanting something more. Never
Yes.
end.
Anger,
No.
Prabhuji,
No,
unsatisfaction.
if we get, Mataji, that particular things, let's say if you are looking for nice bhoga, nice prashadam, sorry, not bhoga, nice prashadam. And you
Yeah.
get that, you get more hankering for more and more nice prashadam every day, correct? But if you don't get that prashadam, then it leads to anger. Yeah. So in both ways, it's difficult and dangerous.
Yeah.
So when we chant holy name, then it destroys these 6 enemies, and also it controls our mind. Freedom from desire due to illusion. Yeah. Then pulls us out of cycle of birth and death. Okay. Although devotees are really not looking for liberation, that's not their focus area, but this you can say as a byproduct of our sincere chanting. And Krishna is really looking to do best for us, yeah, whatever is best for us. Destroy darkness. Sorry, somebody saying something? Okay. Destroy darkness of ignorance collected over lifetimes. Yeah. And many times we say that I've been doing so good, but why bad is happening to me? Yeah. But like this life, I have been so nice, and especially after coming to Krishna consciousness, I have become so nice devotee, but still I'm facing so many challenges and difficulties. But that's because we have collected all this from so many lives. Yeah? All these our bad karmas, reactions from so many lifetimes, millions of lifetimes. Very difficult to come out of this in just like one life sometimes. But by mercy of holy name, it has that much power that it can destroy all our sins which we have accrued from so many lifetimes. Yes. It bestows all opulence of Krishna to chanter. Again, I have like kept this in order, like first one, which everybody is looking for, second one, which devotee doesn't matter, pulls us out of cycle of death. Third one, again, every devotee looking for in one way that how sins can be removed. Fourth, again, devotees are not looking directly, but indirectly everybody's looking for. Bestows all opulence of Krishna. And of course, Krishna is having all 6 opulence. And if we get a fraction of something, just imagine, yeah, that little knowledge of that, one of the 6 qualities of Krishna, how much advancement we can make in our life. Yeah. So it's very, very important. And holy name reveals all this in our mind. Yeah. This to ourselves. It frees one from snake bite or fear of death. Yes. Again, everybody is looking and looking for being fearless. Yes. Yeah. And Prabhupada very much mentioned when somebody asked Prabhupada, what do you get from this holy name? Yeah. How do you feel? And he said, I feel fearless. And we discussed like one very good thing I feel in ISKCON or in Krishna consciousness discussion is that every time we are discussing on how we can prepare ourselves to face our real examination. Yeah, we are all preparing for that examination, which is death, and how we can remember Lord's name at that time. And Krishna has mentioned in Bhagavad Gita that even if we, because of certain circumstances, we are not able to remember Krishna's name, we die or we leave our body in very inauspicious time. But the whole life we have surrendered to Krishna in chanting his holy name, getting involved in all devotional service, then he will himself make sure that we get our right destination. Yeah. So what can be the better and best thing for us? And that's very important for all of us to really focus more and more on holy name. And that's why like the last thing which everybody is really like looking for, the most important aim of our life is to get Krishna Prem, correct? Ecstatic love of God, and that makes this birth successful. And I remember like that also remind me one another joke in my life where I was talking about this in one of the home satsang, where I said that everybody is looking for Krishna Prem. And one Prabhu who was not at all in Krishna consciousness, but his name was Krishna Prem. And his mother was also there, and she said, and especially his wife said, I don't want to share my Krishna Prem with anybody. And I was saying, oh Krishna, see, that's a conditioning. Everybody in this material world based on their situation, is thinking in that direction. So this Krishna Prem is not about anybody name. This is the real love of God. Yeah. And what we are waiting for, if we see this picture in the right hand side, we are just hankering for this moment when we leave this body and can just have nice embrace from Supreme Lord, and our life and our this birth will be successful. Yes, everybody agree? Any other impact, holy name, from this holy name? Because all others like cleansing of heart, everything is the byproduct of all this, correct? But very important thing is, it's not just like chanting holy name. We might be chanting this holy name from so many years for few devotees. But we may not have developed the taste, forget about sincere chanting. And it's like somebody said that we are firing a gun but without bullet. What's the value? So this mechanical chanting, again, there is no loss, but it may not lead to the real aim of what we are really looking from this holy name chanting. So that's why I really want to focus next few minutes on how to really focus our mind, our life in this chanting. We can have some takeaway from this class, and if any devotee can have even 0.0001% from this session, of course, like I am just a instrument in my spiritual master hand, but I will feel so happy really that I could make some contribution, or very least contribution in somebody's life. So like because I personally feel chanting is the most critical thing, most important thing, because if it's not success, we are not able to do this chanting nicely, rest all will not be that successful. So first thing, in terms of how to focus, you might have heard this earlier, that there are 5 A's which are very critical to develop this taste of holy name. First one is attraction. Yeah. So whatever we really discussed so far in last few minutes, that was just to develop the taste for the holy name. Like if we understand that holy name has got that much potency, holy name is so critical, holy name is so important, that there is so much value of this holy name, then why we would not like to focus on that holy name, correct? And to get that attraction, also very important thing is we should come out of, I feel this is very important, out of Mayavadi philosophy. We sometimes feel, oh, Mayavadi, why we are discussing? I am not Mayavadi. But believe me, most of us are still Mayavadi. Why? Anybody would like to mention why we still are Mayavadi?
Because we have not yet understood that Krishna is a person, and we have to develop our relationship with Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes. Because as Mataji very rightly mentioned, that Mayavadi does not mean just like they see that Krishna name, Krishna form, Krishna glory, Krishna pastimes are all Maya. But the big misunderstanding they have is they feel they are in the center. They can be just Krishna. They are just like Krishna. And that's the same feeling. We don't take it externally. We all understand that, yes, we are not Mayavadi externally, but internally, that small amount is still there, yeah, if not complete. Because we are still thinking that I am the proprietor. I am still in the center of everything. At least many times we say, yes, we are not, I am keeping Krishna in center, but still having that propensity to enjoy things, enjoy this life, correct? either through family, either through society, either through some different means. But we are still in that situation. Supriya Mataji, you have raised your hand, please. Yeah.
Prabhu, I would like to share here. When you said we are still in the Mayavadis, my simple definition would be because we are still in the grasp of Maya, we are conditioned souls.
Yes, we are conditioned soul. That's true, Mataji. And that's the whole purpose, how we can come out of, even we are living in Maya, but how we can come out of this net of Maya. Yeah, we can live our life where we feel that I am fully surrendered to Krishna. I am fully protected by Krishna. The whole, if you just imagine surrounding yourself that you are having a net which is covered and protecting you, and that's all being protected by this holy name or Krishna. Yeah, then we will be feeling very fearless. We will be feeling that, okay, like all this Maya will not be impacting me. And also we will be trying to move ourselves away. That's the whole point. Move away from this Maya in terms of these desires or the propensity that, okay, I should enjoy. That enjoyment thing is the most difficult thing. And that's, I think you're right, Supriya Mataji, that we need to move out of this because we are living this world. We have to focus on that. So that's my point, that we should really try to develop the taste. We should have a attraction for this holy name. When we really go for chanting, we should feel that, okay, what is the glory? Why this is so critical? Whom I am really calling out when I am saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The all meaning of Hare Krishna and Ram, also importance of, okay, these are not different from Krishna itself. In Kali Yuga, it's very clearly mentioned that this is Krishna itself, correct? So this is, if we understand this really, a small amount of this, immediately we will get a attraction for this holy name, that this is so critical for me. In Kali Yuga, if I cannot have association of Krishna, at least holy name is there, and I have to do my best, yes, to attract Krishna. Yeah. And as we said, like in the beginning, that we were discussing together this point, that if we understand that a guest who has come to my home is very, very important, very elevated personality, we will be trying to do our best. Now, when we start chanting, we need to understand that whom we are inviting. We are inviting Krishna. Yes, we are inviting Krishna. And if we invite Krishna, and just imagine, like that's one of the problem which we are really going through. And I always feel that how merciful Krishna is. Just imagine in your life that you are doing something good for somebody, yeah, even for your children, and that person is completely ignoring you. Second times you do something good for that child, again that child ignore you. Third times you do something good, 10 times, 100 times, how you will feel? Will you feel good, devotees? You will have that same attraction, same affection?
No, we will feel very hurt and rejected.
Yes. So this is our situation, like we feel so bad, correct? And just
Yes.
imagine that somebody has invited you in your home. Yeah. You just reach to that person home, that person opens the door and then immediately picks up the phone call and then just get busy for next 10 minutes. How you will feel? Nobody attending you. How we will feel, how rejected we will feel, that why I am here. We will feel 10 times, should I stay here? Should I go? Is this not right time? And inside you will feel very bad, correct? Maybe if you're a very humble person, very tolerant person, maybe first time you do this, like it happens with you, you may say, okay, fine, person has got some emergency call. Second times you go there, again that person gets busy in his family, does not treat you, does not receive you nicely. 10 times, 100 times it happens. How you will feel? You will go again in that home?
No, never.
Yes. Just imagine how merciful is Krishna. We are calling out Krishna every single morning with this holy name. When Krishna comes, because as we have understood, Krishna and Krishna name is not different. Krishna comes in that environment. Krishna is just in front of us, and we get busy in either of our past or our future. We don't receive Krishna nicely. We do everything, but we don't focus. And we say, oh, I'm not able to focus on Krishna. Why we are not able to focus on Krishna? Krishna is there because we have not understood that Krishna is here. If we understand in our heart one day that when I'm chanting, when I'm taking Krishna name, it's Krishna self. And especially in our 16 rounds, minimum when we are doing Krishna, when I'm really calling out Krishna name, chanting this name, Krishna is there. Is dancing in that arena, in my tongue. Will we not have attraction to Krishna? So that's very important. That will lead to attraction. The next A is attention. It will lead to, oh, sorry, I am so slow. So sorry, devotee. It's already 40 minutes. I just thought it's 15, 20 minutes gone. Okay. So I will go a bit fast because really I have so much to share here. Attention, we get attentive.
Prabhuji, we can have this lecture tomorrow also continue. So it's okay.
Thank you, Mataji.
I mean,
So-
what I'm saying, even if you are not able to complete today, we can continue tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. So we try to focus ourselves, like when we are knowing that there is a need to have this attraction in this holy name, we get attentive, correct? Then we will try to make ourselves attentive in that holy name. And attentive means bringing that mind back. Yes. Very important that our mind will go in. Most of the time, if you focus in your chanting, just imagine what happens when you chant. Either it goes in past or it goes in future. Correct? Most of us agree?
Yes, completely agree.
And I always say that if we need to control our mind in chanting, if we are not able to control and bring ourselves in present, we should do one simple meditation. See, everybody wants to be happy. Everybody. Yes, there is no single jiva in this world who can say that I don't want to be happy, because that's our basic property, Satchidanand. But if I ask anybody, because we don't have much time, but if I ask anybody, okay, what will make you happy? We will always say something what will happen in future. If I get this, if I have this, if I do this, yes, agree? Most of us will say something like that happens, then I will feel happy. Correct? Anybody different opinion?
No.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes. But how many of us really can feel that this present moment, I am happy? Why I need to face my future? I need to be happy in present moment. So problem is most of us live our life either in past or in future, but very few live our life in present. And that's the successful mantra, really, to focus our mind. While you are sitting, feel happy in this moment, like click like this moment I'm happy, this moment. Initially it can be mechanical. Yes, this moment I'm happy, this moment I'm happy. Somebody can feel that you have become mad, that's fine. Yeah, this is for a better purpose and higher purpose. But if we start doing this meditation when we are sitting, whatever we are doing, just I am in this moment doing this thing very nicely, forget about what will happen. When we are cooking bhoga, we always are worried, oh, what will happen, whether this will be tasty or not. Just enjoy that moment. I am preparing for Krishna. I am preparing for Krishna. Forget about like future at all, whether it's good or bad. Just live your life in present. If we start doing that, same thing will happen in our chanting. We will not go in past, we will not go in future. I will say, I am chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I will live my mind, I will focus my mind, I will keep full attention in present. No past, no future. If it goes in past, bring it back. Future, bring it back. No future. I don't need to think what I am going to do. If I am worried about my time, whether, okay, I have to finish my time, let's say by 6:30, and I have to do some service after 6:30. my suggestion will be, just think about in your mind how many minutes normally it takes, and just focus, I have to finish, let's say 10 rounds or 12 rounds by that time. But don't see the watch. Keep phone, mobile phone, watch, anything away from that. Okay. It can be few minutes here, there, that's fine, you know. But try to do all those rounds in present moment. No present, no future, no past. It makes your round so successful. And you can say, why this foolish person is talking all about this? But this is whatever really I could do, little practice and little understanding of this holy name. So this is really, really very magical things. You might have heard this so many times, so I'm not saying anything new here, devotees. You all are very senior devotees also. But my point is, sometimes what happens, some basics actually helps. Yeah. So that's the whole purpose, that this attention really makes this very successful chanting. Absorption. If we are having good attraction, good attention, our mind will be absorbed. When we are in present, our mind will be absorbed. If we are not in present, we are in past and future, mind will go left and right. So very important, if like you know, first thing that Krishna name is so important, attention, I have to make myself completely in present time. If that happens, then absorption will automatically happen. If absorption happens, then attachment, asakti to that name will happen. Yeah. And that happens, then affection will happen. You cannot live your daily life without chanting properly. And that will lead to satat holy name, like satat chanting, continuous chanting. You will feel like, okay, 16 rounds done. Honestly speaking, sometimes I used to feel like when initially that 16 rounds, how it's possible, like yes, I can do. Then it was always mentioned, minimum 16 rounds. I used to think 16 rounds minimum, oh Baba. But really, devotee, if you do these rounds in present moment, yeah, in that present situation, that affection, that attachment really will develop a taste. And then you will say, okay, if you are doing something, you get few minutes, yeah, you will start chanting. May not be part of that 16 rounds, but you will feel that, okay, let me chant. Even you don't have japa beats, but you will say in your mind, even you're sitting somewhere, traveling somewhere, you will try to either read or, but if not able to read, but at least chant in your mind, you know, just chanting, and you will feel so blissful. All misery is gone at least at that moment. Yeah. So very important about this. Key considerations, I will see. Should I stop now and open for the questions, devotee, or should I continue?
Continue.
Okay. So thank you, Mataji. So first point is, we all know this point, that we have different levels of chanting. But many of us still falls in that trap. Sometimes we do this out of fear because we are really fearful. Sometimes we are doing this as a material desire because I would really like to achieve something. Yeah. Sometimes we do this as a duty bound because I have given my commitment to my spiritual master that I have to do minimum 16 rounds. So I have to do this. But the real taste is when we do this as a love bound for Krishna pleasure. Yeah. Of course, it's easier said than done. But believe me, very important thing is we do that like as a attraction to Krishna, as we discussed in the previous slide. Key considerations, again, second thing, I'm calling out Krishna. And the whole purpose of calling out Krishna is in that chanting to establish a sambandh, a relationship with Krishna, and to give pleasure to Krishna. Not pleasure, like, and I always feel one thing, that if one parent has got two child, of course, parent is giving everything to child best from their perspective. Or let's say, take example of a mother. Mother gives everything to children. But one child is very nice, doing something good for mother. One child is completely very bad child in that way. Automatically, mother will be more affectionate towards the child who is more lovable, yeah, loving to that mother. Same things, yeah, here to Krishna. Rather than feeling that how I get pleasure in this world, if we give pleasure to Krishna, that Krishna will automatically will be more inclined towards the devotee. Oh, this devotee is doing so much for me. So nice chanting, so much like attentive. Every time he's not thinking about past or present, like future, just focusing on present moment. So much affection for my name. I have to give some pleasure. Yeah. So our sins which we have accrued, as we discussed, automatically get less. And even if we face challenge, we become fearless. We feel like, okay, this is my karma. This is my karma. I don't need to utter anything for any devotee. I'm always fingers will be towards myself. Yeah. Anything happens bad for me, I will say this is first finger towards me. Yeah. Because something wrong I am doing, every other is just a devotee. Okay. Mind, mood, everything will change in our life. We will start looking devotee in a very different way. Yes. Third, when we do chanting, important thing is preparation for that. Yes. Rather than just say like, okay, curtains closed, Tulsi Aarti done, Narsinghadev prayer done, all 10 offenses done, time for chanting, and then Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No point. It's like, just imagine that you are making a chapati or roti. Yeah. And you have not, like the tawa, what you call like that in English, Mataji, that utensils is not hot. Yeah.
Pan.
Pan, sorry, yes, that pan is not very hot, and you are putting your roti or chapati or parantha or anything, okay, on that pan. Quality of that roti or parantha will not be good, correct? Because it's not properly heated up. If it's properly heated, then yes, quality will be good, correct? Same thing happens with us. We start chanting, but we have not prepared ourselves for chanting. So it's very important, before we go for chanting, few minutes we devote for prayers. Call out Krishna. Krishna, I'm going to call you out now. Please help me. Please accept me first. Please engage me in your service. Please protect me. And I always feel that the japa affirmations by Mahatma Prabhu, very, very powerful, very impactful. Yeah, they are the nice prayers that how I can develop my taste for Krishna. So from my mouth, I'm chanting. From my ear, I'm hearing. And from my heart, I am praying to Krishna. Very important. They are the 3 doors, I always say. In any temple you go, yeah, you find 3 doors, correct? You find minimum 3 doors. First, the main door where you enter. Second, where you enter in that hall, in the deity hall, correct? And third, when the curtain opens, that's the third door, correct? Same way, we have to open these 3 doors when we are chanting. Our mind has to kick ourselves in active hearing. Push your mind that, okay, I have to hear, I have to hear, I have to hear. From our tongue, we have to chant nicely, nice pronunciation. And from our heart, we have to pray. We have to engage ourselves in prayer. When you are chanting, always like in your heart, just feel that, Krishna, please accept me. Please accept me. I'm so fallen. Please accept me. And whatever you are doing from your heart, not just for sake of saying something that, oh, I'm so fallen, but I feel outside I'm so puffed up. Actually, I'm just saying, okay, I'm calling you out, but I'm not so fallen. That's very bad, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very clearly said, I am Patit Pavan, but only Patit means very fallen. But I am some uplifter for fallen people when people really feel that they are fallen. But if I still have that tinge of puffed up or like ego, then Krishna will not save. So that's very important, prayers. Quality of chanting. It depends upon what we are doing while not chanting. So if we are engaging ourselves, we read all these 10 offenses very nicely. But remember, these 10 offenses we don't normally do while we are chanting. We are doing this in the remaining 22 hours. Yes. So it's very important. Our quality of japa also happens what we have done in the previous days or previous day. Yeah. So very important what we are doing. Try to engage yourself in nice activity so that remember that next 2 days is nice. Yes. Anybody who prepares 56 bhog, yeah, somebody mentioned this in one of the lecture that when we prepare Chappan bhog, we spend maybe few hours in preparing, but before that we spend so many hours in preparing for that. Yeah, like planning for that, sorry. Correct? And how much time it takes in eating? Raj Prabhu, how many minutes it takes in your plate, like just to finish those, like something which has come in your plate with Chappan bhog?
Like 5-10 minutes.
15 minutes, 20 minutes
Yes.
max, correct?
Yes.
That whole preparation has gone for that. Yes. So same thing happens, it should be applied for chanting. The chanting is my main thing. My whole day has to be good. so that my final exam of chanting of next day when I chant in the morning is really good. Correct? Very important. Somebody said that I feel very tired. I feel sleepy. Like I was so lazy in my morning, like when I was, sorry, in the night I slept late. In the morning, somebody wake me up at 3 o'clock, and then now I'm feeling sleepy, chanting. How I can? So walking and everything is fine. Believe me, this particular thing is so nice thing, this Brahmacharya asana. If your knees are strong, if you can do, I'm giving you this guarantee. In 10 seconds, your sleep will go. Your laziness will go. Your everything, whatever you are having in your body, that symptoms will go away. Okay. If you have not seen this Brahmacharya asana, I will show you this. This is a Brahmacharya asana. Very close to Vajrasana, but your legs outside. You do initially, please don't do this for more than, I know that you can't do this for more than even 20 seconds or 10 seconds. Do this slowly. But even if you do for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, your whole sleep will go away. Okay. And if you don't believe me, do this in the morning or do this in the day. Okay. You will feel why I'm saying that. Okay. And again, like why we should have, what we need to remember this, in lifetime, we need to chant at least 35 million. This is mentioned in Kali Sankirtan by Brahma to Naradji, that every jiva has to do 35 million japa, which means 16 rounds we do, 108 times we call in one round, 365 days, okay, in a year. That means 56 years it will take to achieve 35 millions. Now everybody can do the reverse calculation. How many lives, how many years you feel at least you can survive. Of course, nobody knows about future. Okay. But just you can imagine how many years just like already gone. So none of us mostly will have 56 years to survive, even if we do 16 rounds. So we have to do at least these 16 rounds nicely and try to do more and more on other days. So with this, I will, I think these all things I will do maybe later. It's a nice things to follow, but as Mataji said, maybe in the next class, in the next session. So thank you, devotees. I will maybe pause here. And I know a few devotees dropped, but any of you like has any questions, comments, relations, please unmute yourself. Yes, Raj Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to you, Prabhu, and your wonderful talk on this most important topic, which I think I could hear about every day. So I think it'd be nice if a devotee talked about this subject every week for the next 10 years. But I have lots of questions. It was a really nice talk and I have loads of questions and you probably don't have time to answer them all. So I'll just see what I can ask. The first one was you mentioned 3 books and there are so many books on japa and chanting. I just want to understand who said or where did you get the 3 books that you mentioned? Why those 3 out of the hundreds that are available?
Yes, Prabhu, nice point. Thank you very much for asking this. This I have asked myself from few Maharaj in interactions, and surprisingly, many Maharaj and various senior devotees mentioned and directed me towards these 3 books. Yeah. And we all know like this Nectarian Ocean of Holy Name by Sachidananda Swami. Many kirtans, they read few words of these, a few quotes of these, this book before one particular kirtan. I have seen in many kirtans, they do this. And see, I always say one thing, that the taste lies when you really eat. Yeah, you will just go through, because they are like from Prabhupada. Yeah, the first book, the on chanting Hare Krishna, this is from Prabhupada. Yeah. Second book also is from what's the this Navamrita Mataji? Do you remember Shridevi Mataji who wrote this? I think it was.
The Navamrita is a compilation of all the various quotes on the holy name.
Correct.
I think it is by Shubhananda Prabhu or
Yes.
Shubhavilas. I'm
Yes,
not
yes. Yes,
one
yes,
of the
Mataji, you're
two.
right. You're right. This is by Swananda Prabhu. I will just show you the glimpse of this Prabhu. Here this is. These are the various quotes. Okay. Various quotes. And you can see here 539 pages. Yeah. So it will take long time, but we don't need to read this whole book. Yeah. My point is, before chanting, even if you take just one paragraph, yeah, for everything, like you will just see like the how much taste you will develop. Yeah. So as Mataji said, it's a compilation already. Yeah. You don't need to go through so many 100 places. Like if, as we say, when Mahamantra is there, why I need to chant 10 different mantras? Yeah. So if this compilation, nice compilation by Prabhupada disciple is there, then why we need to think about any others? Yeah. So much, like just like you read na Prabhu, like you, I'm telling you, you will just see, oh Krishna, just like one paragraph only is just like a nectar. Yeah. I will just show you like maybe here. Yeah. Just see. I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. We then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activity of the mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. Just remember, like if you chant, if you read this before chanting, how much you will feel like, oh my, I am just, when you take the beats, you will feel I am entering the Vrindavan. Oh, this is like all 108 gopis. Every, and every chanting, like the beats, you feel this is a lotus feet of Krishna. Yeah, I'm just holding lotus feet. Every time you move next, oh Krishna, I'm holding your feet. Every time you're dancing, I'm in Vrindavan. You don't need to feel that, as Mataji said, out of 5, you need one of the things was in Mathura, yeah, being in Mathura. When you are chanting, you are in Vrindavan. Correct? So that's like just like the potency of just simple one paragraph. I am saying that way, Prabhu. Yeah, I'm not saying that, but this is the potency of these books, yeah, or these compilations. Raj Prabhu, I hope I answered your question, please.
Thank you, Prabhu. Well, let the other devotees ask. If you still have time, then I have more to ask.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Sri Devi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for this wonderful class. It's 1 minute over an hour. I hope it's okay to go on and ask my question if you don't mind.
No problem, Mataji.
Okay. So my question is this: when I wake up early, I'm able to chant my rounds, properly and with focus, with attention and things like that. But if for some reason I wake up late, and then my whole schedule is off, I'm busy chasing my rounds, it goes on and on, whole day I'm running after my rounds, then the quality of my rounds really suffers. And the last few rounds are just like, oh my God, how can I get through this? There is no taste anymore, there is no desire anymore, there's just somehow I have to finish it. But I don't want it to deteriorate like that. I want there to be consistency when I'm chanting, no matter what time of the day I chant. So how can I reach a good focus and attention, whether I chant morning or evening or afternoon or whenever, that can I bring that same focus and attention as I do in the early morning?
I think, Mataji, I will just say based on my experience, because we all are going through the similar kind of experience. That's very common thing first, that if we are not able to finish our rounds in the morning, early morning, I would say, the quality of rounds definitely impacts. It's getting like, it's impacted. But few pointers. First thing, if we remember in back of our mind that whatever activity, even those are services, other services of Krishna, even if I'm getting engaged in other services, but my priority should remain in my back of my mind that I have to prioritize my japa. If that priority remains, that even like, let's say, even if I get, like somebody is serving prasadam, but if I'm getting, and I'm saying like my experience, rather than thinking that, okay, like let's say 4 rounds left, 12 completed, and then thinking that I will complete all 4 rounds together in one go, if I feel that whatever time I get, just focus that I have to finish these like rounds, definitely not just for sake of completion as a duty bound, but just to make sure that this is very, very critical thing. If I am not able to do like these 16 rounds, I am not going to get my love for Krishna from Krishna. Yeah, Krishna is not going to look into me. So if we feel that like importance in our priority in our mind, that this 16 rounds is not just a duty bound activity. This is just to like, this is kind of a key. Like when I complete my 16 rounds nicely, then Krishna will open that key in my heart. Then my all other services will be completed. Then other automatically thought process will be very different. That this is not just like, I have to finish. Oh, 2 more done. Hare Krishna, Hare wow, 2 more. How many? And then we are looking for the, of course, you are not in that category, but many of us, like, sometimes we just open the beads bag and see, okay, how many left? Just, okay, complete. Oh, reached here, just only 4 left. Oh, Hare, Hare, just 4 left. 4 left. Hare Krishna, just chanting very nicely. Only 4 left now, only just Hare Krishna, Hare, like, just like because 4 beads left, then I am chanting so nicely, only 4. But that's not the purpose. Yeah. So that purpose is lost. So purpose is that if we prioritize that this is the key to connect, not key, like this is the important thing, and Krishna is opening key in my heart by completing this nice 16 rounds. Then he's just waiting that, okay, when I'm going to complete these 16. If I feel in that mood, like meditation is just like Krishna is connecting, Krishna is opening, he's just waiting for me. Oh, I have not completed my 16 rounds. I'm engaged in all of the service, but this is very important service for Krishna. Yeah. All Guru, everybody has mentioned that holy name is so critical. Then automatically our focus, our quality changes. So that's Mataji. I personally, like my personal realization, sorry, I might be completely wrong here, but
Thank you, Prabhu.
thank you, Mataji. Any other question from any other realization from anybody? Hare Krishna Archana Siddhi Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful class. I was hearing it while I was changing the dresses for my Gauranitai, and they started smiling, an inch of a smile increased for them. So thank you so much. So Prabhu, that last point I really liked. I didn't hear about it before. The 35 million japa should be completed in this lifetime, right? Where is that quote from?
I heard this in Amrinda Prabhu class, Mataji. If you know Amrinda Prabhu.
Yes, yes.
He quoted this, that he got this from his Guru Maharaj. That's what he mentioned. Radha Govind Maharaj, His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Very nice.
And thing is that quotation, okay, is in Kali Sankirtan. This is only 2-page Upanishad. There's only least amount of like page in that. Okay. So this is Kali Sankirtan, this Upanishad, it's mentioned first thing about the glory of this holy name Mahamantra, and also that what Brahmaji had mentioned, that everybody has to finish this many number of rounds to get the liberation from this birth and death. But of course, Prabhupada has mentioned, I heard that in one of the lecture, that when devotee is so much engaged and completely surrendered himself or herself in service of Krishna, yeah, then this 35 million will not make any difference, because whole life that devotee has surrendered. Whatever activity, whether Grihastha also, Grihastha has surrendered full life, every activity they are doing for Krishna only, then this number becomes immaterial. Like the same way in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has mentioned, who will leave in the night time will not reach to me, who will live in this way, not chanting me, will not reach. But for devotee, it doesn't matter. Same thing applies for us also. We don't need to worry. But why it needs to worry? Sometimes little fear is important in one way, that if I am not able to do my 16 rounds nicely, forget out like 32 or 64 in one day. If I'm not able to do my 16 rounds, then what's the value of my life? If we think, like, take in that meditation rather than in a wrong way.
Yeah. Very
So
nice.
Yeah,
I like this quote, because then it keeps reminding you that not just 16 rounds, we have to chant all day. Like whatever we are doing, we can keep chanting, and that will add to it, right?
Absolutely.
So that number helps actually.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Yes, Silpesh Prabhu. Sorry, devotee, we are running late, but I hope it's okay with other devotees. If it's okay, I'm okay. But please, yeah. Thank you.
Prabhuji. just want to say an excellent class, and please keep doing classes for us. I really, really enjoyed it. So love to have you regular.
I'm just Prabhu, nobody Prabhu, seriously, but just like, but thank you very much for your encouragement and your motivation, Prabhu. Definitely. Thank you very much. I will try. And I was really meditating on Guru Maharaj lotus feet today before starting this class. Guru Maharaj, I could be little belly because this topic has been spoken by so many acharyas, so many times devotee has heard this. I know I don't waste their time. So I was really just like that was my meditation, that I don't waste, because everybody has gone through so many classes, so many lectures, so many books of holy name, and I'm like not like. So my humble request to everybody, please, not just like I'm nobody really, but I'm just as a just servant of my spiritual master. Just request everybody that at least take. I always say, from one class, any class, wherever, which satsang you go, which class you go, you should take one takeaway. You should have one takeaway. Whatever you can apply. It might be very small point, one single word, one single thing, but always have that thing. One Maharaj very nicely mentioned, I remember, and that's I'm just repeating as a parrot. Yeah. He said, from every satsang, every class, you might have heard the class from the same speaker, you are hearing again from the same speaker. Yeah. Many times what happens, if you listen from one speaker again and again, sometimes examples, sometimes way of speaking might be same. Yeah. But you need to focus on one thing. Focus on two things. Sorry, I'm diverting from my class topic, but two things that reminds. One, empty yourself completely when you enter in that class. Don't feel that I know this topic, because when you say, then it will not enter in your heart. Yeah. When you are complete, then it will just overflow. It will not go, nothing will go inside. Correct. So first, have that meditation that even if you are hearing, like let's say Putana Badh, killing of Putana 10 times, 12 times, 30 times, just remember, okay, something new. Okay. If you feel that way, Krishna will give you something new. And second, always focus what I can take away from this. What's learning for me from this satsang or from this class? That will help us to think attentively and take something nicely and then apply. Because otherwise we hear so nice class, so nice things. I'm not talking about myself. Sorry, Prabhu, please don't mind that way. I'm saying in general. Yeah. Many times we hear nice class. Yeah. But how many, because we are all having Kali Yuga memory. Yeah. We forget after like few hours, forget or few days. Yeah. We don't remember. So it's very important. At least have 2 or 3 nice points written. Okay. In that okay, this is my takeaway, and try to think on that day that, okay, how I can apply that. Yeah. That way we will be having a good compilation from these classes. Yeah. And if we feel like we are missing, just keep noting down just only 2-3 points only in one day. It will not take much time. But after a few years, just imagine, you will just turn those pages and you will feel, oh, wow, this point, oh, this point. Yeah. You will feel proud, and proud in a positive way, not like as an ego, but in one way that, okay, you can remind all these nice pointers to yourself so that you can achieve better quality of chanting and better also devotional service. Hare Krishna, Sukha Mataji. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances, and thank you so much for reminding us again, which is so important topic. I just wanted to mention one point which I heard from His Holiness Keshav Maharaj's class. He said that if as you were mentioning, that when we go to other classes, we need to make a point, one point at least. And he said that don't write it. Don't write it, because that stays in your book. You think, oh yeah, I've written it. That's fine. I've noted all the points. But he said, make sure you take that wow on that time only, that I will improve this one. And that, after a while, you will see that how much improvement you have done to yourself. And that make me think that is so true. I've got books and books of notes. But what am I doing with it? Nothing. My practical is zero.
Very nice point, Mataji. I completely agree with you. And that's why I said, have just 2 or 3 takeaway as a word.
Exactly. Yeah,
Don't
nice.
just note down, because I agree with you. Like because most of the classes are nowadays recorded in the
Yeah.
temples and also outside. Yeah.
True.
So you can always refer them back if any point is missed.
Hmm.
Because if we are spending our time in noting down, we will miss some important points what that speaker will be saying. Yeah. And we will be making, sometimes we will be gaining, but we'll be losing also. So it's not the nice usage. I agree. And of course, it depends on individuals. Like many times, these are kind of just guidelines. They are not kind of
Exactly
for anybody, because everybody is different. Everybody takes in a different way. But it's a good guideline that rather than noting down every single point that, okay, what somebody is saying, nobody just refer them back. But let's say from one class, if we take just 2 or 3 bullet points, not like even the statements, just bullet points, like words, I would say, not bullet points, 2-3 words. Yeah. Then those things, if you note down after that class or like in your phone, yeah, that will remain.
True.
And then, as I was saying, like you meditate, that means you're kind of committing that I have to do this. I have to realize these, not just like just for sake of writing or sake of that. You know, many times I feel devotee take these classes and all these things as entertainment or infotainment.
Mental speculation, Prabhuji.
No, infotainment. Because we feel, oh, nice information, nice quote. Let me write it down. Yeah, it's good for preaching also. I'm not saying in a wrong way. Again, okay, everything can be taken in a different context. My point is, we should not use that as a just infotainment or entertainment. We should use that like how I can myself realize that and implement that. So I think, yes, thank you, Mataji, for reminding that. But my point was quite similar on the same lines. So
no. I'm just saying I'm supporting your point, because I learned from that. I actually, you know what, my japa is improved with that, because when I was listening to the japa class of His Holiness Keshav Maharaj and Sachidanand Maharaj mainly, you know, that made me think so much. As you've mentioned everything in the class, so I'm not repeating everything. But you know, when I took at least a couple of points on board. And I wasn't chanting 16 rounds that time. Frankly speaking, I wasn't chanting 16 rounds that time. And I was finding it very difficult. And I was thinking, oh my God, 16 round is a long thing to do. But that has helped me to come up to the 16 round. And then only, like, you know, you can progress in your spiritual pathway. So this was my personal experience. I wanted to share with you that, you know, if we implement at least one thing from that class, it really helps. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. They were so good, so good.
Thank you. And as Sukhwa Mataji said, just to reiterate, from every class, let's commit ourselves. Yeah, I'm not talking about my class, but I'm saying in general from any class, commit ourselves in our mind. What are those 2-3 points which I have to, like as a vow, that I have to follow them, I have to fulfill them. Yeah, for my better Krishna consciousness life. Good. Thank you, Mataji. Archana Siddhi Mataji, you have raised your hand. I think it's from the previous one, or you have any other question?
It was the previous one, Prabhu. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. This is raised by Gaurnita, a devotee. I thought maybe. Now I see you as a Gaurnita devotee, like in my mind, not like just only Archana Siddhi Mataji. Okay, good. Any other question from anybody? Raj Prabhu, any last question?
Yeah, if I could ask one last question. Some of the others I've crossed out because other devotees have asked now. So I've got my answers anyway.
Krishna fulfills everybody's desire, so your questions got answered.
Yes. But there was one, you mentioned 4 levels of chanting. And I think you said out of fear, material desire, duty bound, and love bound for Krishna's pleasure. Where did you get that from? Or where does that come from?
I think this is Prabhu, like, I don't know, like maybe from one of the lectures somewhere, or maybe from one of the books.
Bhakti Vinod Thakur describes it, and Guru Maharaj has said it quite a few times in his lectures.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much.
So is it like quite structured that these are the 4 levels that everyone goes through?
No, this is not like label in terms of like the steps.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is something that 4, you can say types, maybe not.
I see, yes.
4 types of chanting.
Okay. Okay. So if it's types, then somebody could like have mix of one and the other, or like that as well.
Yeah, because sometimes people just chant, you can just correlate also. You tell to somebody that, oh, you have to chant Krishna, otherwise you have accrued so many sins. Then they say, oh, so many sins, let me chant. So it's just out of fear.
Okay.
Somebody just chanting that, okay, I need to get nice bungalow, nice money, nice maybe family, nice, all something, nice job, promotion has not happened from so many years. So let me chant like at least for next 2 months, As like in Shiva's Bhakta, they sometimes do 7 fastings on Monday. Sometimes people say, okay, 7 days for very nice chanting. So, out of just material desire, okay. Somebody does this as a duty bound that I have. Many of us do this sometimes as a duty bound, that like 16 rounds not completed, like last round just before 12 o'clock. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, all these kind of things happening, So we are just trying to complete that as a duty bound, that 16 rounds has to be completed. So it's a kind of, you can just correlate, like this is like all of us has gone through that situation. I think it's not that, it's kind of.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all the devotees, for joining this session, and really appreciate for your time. If time, like maybe sometimes, definitely I would like to complete this second session, second part of this. So many good pointers left, but hopefully Krishna will give that time to me, and I will be able to do some justice. Yeah. So thank you once again for joining. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vanch kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhu vyevcha patitanam pavnevyo vaishnavevyo namo namah. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much.